Hello everybody. If you want to read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. When you have listened to and read the story, if you liked it, please leave a meaningful comment with your thoughts and feelings about it. If you would like to have a story from a specific genre, say a mystery, a thriller, a horror or science fiction story, whichever, please leave a comment and let me know the type of thing you would like. Thank you. Short story 303, The Hidden Garden. Upper Beginner. In a small village in England, there was an old house with a big, mysterious garden. The house belonged to Mrs. Green, an elderly lady who had lived there all her life. Mrs. Green's garden was famous in the village, but very few people had seen it. She kept it hidden behind a tall wooden fence. One sunny morning, a young man named Jack moved into the house next to Mrs. Green's. Jack was friendly and curious. He loved exploring new places and meeting new people. He noticed the tall fence and wondered what was behind it. One day, Jack decided to visit Mrs. Green. He knocked on her door and waited. After a few moments, the door opened and Mrs. Green appeared. She had a kind smile and twinkling eyes. "Hello, Mrs. Green. My name is Jack. I just moved in next door," Jack said. "Hello, Jack. Welcome to the village," Mrs. Green replied. Jack hesitated for a moment, then asked, "I couldn't help but notice your tall fence. I've heard stories about your garden. Is it really as wonderful as people say?" Mrs. Green chuckled softly. "Yes, it is. But I don't show it to just anyone. You must earn my trust first." Jack understood and decided to help Mrs. Green with small tasks around her house. He mowed her lawn, fixed her broken gate, and even brought her groceries from the village market. Mrs. Green appreciated Jack's kindness and began to trust him. One afternoon, Mrs. Green called Jack over. "Jack, you've been very kind to me. I think it's time you see my garden." Jack's eyes lit up with excitement. Mrs. Green led him to the tall fence and unlocked a small gate. As the gate swung open, Jack gasped. The garden was more beautiful than he had imagined. There were colorful flowers of all kinds, tall trees providing shade, and a small pond with fish swimming in it. Birds chirped happily in the branches above. "Wow, Mrs. Green, this is amazing," Jack exclaimed. Mrs. Green smiled. "I'm glad you like it, Jack. This garden is my sanctuary. I spend hours here every day taking care of the plants and enjoying the peace and quiet." Jack spent the rest of the afternoon exploring the garden. He admired the flowers, watched the fish, and listened to the birds. He felt a deep sense of calm and happiness. As the days passed, Jack visited Mrs. Green's garden often. He helped her with the plants and learned a lot about gardening. They became good friends and enjoyed each other's company. One day, Mrs. Green told Jack, "I won't be around forever, Jack. When I'm gone, I want you to take care of this garden. It means a lot to me, and I know you'll keep it beautiful." Jack was touched by Mrs. Green's words. "I promise, Mrs. Green, I'll take care of it. Your garden will always be a place of beauty and peace." Years went by and Mrs. Green passed away peacefully. Jack kept his promise and took care of the garden. He shared its beauty with the villagers who came to see the flowers, listen to the birds, and enjoy the tranquility. The garden became a special place in the village, a reminder of Mrs. Green's kindness and Jack's dedication. It was a place where people could find peace and happiness, just as Jack had when he first stepped through the gate. And so the hidden garden continued to bloom, bringing joy to everyone who visited. Vocabulary notes. Mysterious. Something that is difficult or impossible to understand or explain. Example: the house had a big, mysterious garden. Similar words: enigmatic, secretive, puzzling, cryptic. Curious, eager to know or learn something. Example: Jack was friendly and curious. Similar words: inquisitive, interested, eager, nosy. Sanctuary, a place of refuge or safety. Example: this garden is my sanctuary. Similar words: haven, refuge, safe haven, retreat. Admire, to look at something with pleasure. Example: he admired the flowers. Similar words: appreciate, adore, cherish, marvel at. Tranquility, the quality or state of being calm and peaceful. Example: the villagers came to see the flowers, listen to the birds, and enjoy the tranquility. Similar words: peace, calm, serenity, stillness. Dedication, the quality of being committed to a task or purpose. Example: a reminder of Mrs. Green's kindness and Jack's dedication. Similar words: commitment, devotion, perseverance, loyalty. Blossom, to develop or come to a promising stage. Example: the hidden garden continued to blossom. Similar words: flourish, bloom, thrive, prosper. Twinkling, shining with a flickering or sparkling light. Example: she had a kind smile and twinkling eyes. Similar words: sparkling, glittering, shining, gleaming. Example sentences using similar words: mysterious, the enigmatic painting intrigued everyone who saw it. The secretive stranger left without saying a word. Curious, the inquisitive child asked many questions. She was eager to learn about different cultures. Sanctuary, the garden was a haven for birds and butterflies. They found refuge in the peaceful library. Admire, he appreciated the beauty of the sunset. She adored her grandmother's antique collection. Tranquility, the peace of the countryside was a welcome change. He found calm in his daily meditation practice. Dedication, her commitment to her work was evident. Their devotion to each other was inspiring. Blossom, the flowers began to flourish in the spring. The young artist's career started to thrive. Twinkling, the stars were sparkling in the night sky. Her eyes were glittering with excitement. Story written by Copilot AI. Image created by Designer AI. To read all the stories in full, please go to www.steveuk.blog. Thank you. Hello, this is Steve. If you enjoyed the story, please would you take the time to leave a meaningful comment and click on the like icon. If you want to know when the next story has been uploaded, please click on the notify bell icon to be notified. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel and tell your English learning friends so they can benefit too. Thank you.